You don't need more motivation, brother. We've been here many, many fucking times. You need a system, right? You need a system, and I see so many fucking lads fail because you don't rise to the level of your goals, my friend. You fall to the level of your systems. And 99% of guys will consistently self sabotage, set the expectation way too high, bombard themselves with junk volume inside the gym, spread themselves way too thin across business, personal life, relationships, social, and create almost like a structure for their life that they can't consistently adhere to, they can't actually sustain. So what's going to happen, right, is that you break. You break before your expectations do, because your mind, right, it's stuck in here. Thoughts, beliefs, all this kind of stuff, they're always going to be ever present. But the actions in which you actually take are going to be the common denominator, the line in the sand, the thing that rules everything out, the thing that actually changes the course of your existence. And because, you take advice off these, snot-nosed little kid bodybuilder PTs in your local gym that have elite genetics and are probably on TRT at like 20 years old, or you, let's say, follow these YouTube bodybuilders or something like that, and you're like, that's what he does, so that's what I have to do. Or you take advice from your loser mates that don't even have any results, and you think, because he's an okay guy and has a semi-mid physique, I'm going to follow what he does. Or you just find some unsustainable bullshit plan online and you think that's the thing I'm going to follow, and it stresses you out. Then you see other people who have results live a certain way because they've actually achieved the outcome and know how to balance it. So you start behaving like the guy who has the outcome way too soon, and you've not done all the groundwork, the foundational work that actually stacks the self-worth through the self-work, through mastering yourself, your identity. And it's not the fact that you're inconsistent with doing the things, it's like your environment is more than anything else. Your surroundings, you're in the proximity to those who aren't nurturing the success that you want. You're not surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, like-minded mentors, like-minded guys who have the results that you generally want. They live a very similar lifestyle, that have the similar values, similar traits, similar characteristics, except probably better. That's why being with a coach, having a mentor, is one of the most overlooked leverages in life. It's like literally one of the biggest levers you can pull when it comes to just manufacturing success like clockwork, because you actually get put in a place and space where you actually can just install their mental syntax into your life, reverse engineer all the steps that it took to get from good to great on a consistent basis, and just follow the breadcrumbs. And that's one of the most important things, is you need to be around the right people, right? You need to stop watching all this bullshit stuff online. You need to stop taking advice from those who don't have the life that you want. Otherwise, it's just going to, completely go over your head. It's going to cause that stress, that disconnect, that self-sabotage like we spoke about. And you can continue failing all you want. You can continue dropping the ball every single week, every single month, every single year, until the penny might drop. And you start to realize maybe what I've been doing is not working. Because you're never going to rise to this vision. You're going to fall to the systems in which you operate with. And if your systems are flawed, my brother, you're never going to have the right alignment. And alignment beats goals when the goals are not aligned. That was a quote that I came up with a little while back. And there's a certain code that every elite man should follow, and that is the TD5, my friend, where you can literally put the most frictionless steps in place to manufacture the exact physique you want, the exact level of performance you want, the exact productivity that you need, and dial in on the purpose, the real mission behind who you are, what you want, where you're going, and how you're best going to get there. You need to think really, really clearly here. You need to think laterally. Because if you were to fast forward maybe 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down in your life, what would that outcome look like if you continued behaving, acting, and thinking with the current mindset in which you have? It probably wouldn't lead you anywhere good. You'd maybe have an okay business, an okay relationship. You'd maybe have okay things going on in your life, but more than anything else, there's this massive gap between the gain which you now need to close, and you're thinking, what do I need to do? Is it more effort? Is it more work? Is it more what I'm currently doing? It's never the case. It's probably less than what you're currently doing, but better, more intentional, clearer, with a certain dose of daily habits that you can actually put in place with a really simple, effortless approach to build a life that allows you to eat the food you love, train the way you want, drop fat consistently week in, week out, train 3 to 4 days a week minimal, not smash yourself with cardio every single day, and actually live a life in your own terms where your energy, your focus can start going into the things that truly matter, like building the business, having an incredible relationship with your partner, having a really powerful social life that actually, you feel good living and doing, because nothing worse than going on a night out or going on holiday when you're bang out of shape, when you've got a bang average physique, you're soft, you're sweaty. You're covering yourself all the time. You can't actually whip the t-shirt off, and you can't have compliments off the guys and the girls saying, bro, you've put in the fucking work, what are you doing? This is the thing, like I've optimized pretty much every aspect of my life to, one, gain status with every room that I walk into based on my habits, my self-worth, my inputs, to be more fuckable, to the opposite sex so I can reproduce. That is just like, boil it down, that's like hierarchy of needs. Every guy should be doing that, looks maxing, optimizing for that grandiose outcome. Number 3, to have amazing levels of energy, cognitive function and performance, because when you run a high performance business, you can't be a bodybuilder. You just can't. It's too much. It's too much stress in the nervous system. You need to have that flow. And then last but not least, when you now have those last 3 in check, it's like you can literally live a life with complete confidence, knowing that everything you're now doing day to day puts you one step closer, rather than either hold you stuck, which is maintenance, in a negative form. I like maintenance from a physique component. I say that quite a lot, and a lot of people ask me, you always say this and that. Don't get it twisted. Maintenance in the physique, when you have that sub 10% body fat you're around, you're lean, strong, athletic, you're consistently getting stronger. You can go in between little reverse diets and run the shrink wrap effect and get tighter, leaner very, very quickly and stuff, but that's for another video. But more than anything else, guys, it's you got to put yourself in a position where you're optimizing for 1% better every single day. And if right now you're not moving forward by 1% every single day, time keeps moving forward, and if you're not moving with it, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're actually going backwards, because time does wait for no man. So ask yourself this brutally honest question today. Doing what you're currently doing, feeling as sore as you feel after workouts, overeating in your diet, sneaking in little, drinks, ice creams, cakes, alcohol, and feeling guilty off the back of it, feeling like you're getting these midday slumps and having to go for naps that's pulling you away from your business, not having clear mind of thought where you can't just, jump into a certain task and deliver at your highest standard. What's really missing? What's really going wrong for you? Because doing what you're currently doing right now doesn't need to be the case. It doesn't need to be that way anymore, bro. It can be so much better, so much more aligned, but you need to have the faith, the belief. You need to reinstall it from a different direction and have a really simple system, guys. So if you want to steal my system, I'm more than happy to share it. I'm going to link my WhatsApp below. DM me the word TD5. I'll send over the full blueprint and debrief that's going to allow you to steal my daily habits. And you can even follow them over on social media, on Instagram, Lewis Mcfarlane Coaching, if this has kind of resonated with you. But guys, I'll love you and leave you. Calm and quick, off the cuff. Just want to share that with you. And I guess I'll see you in the next one.